Hello and welcome to the Electric Bike Report. My name is Pete and this is the Fantic XF1 Casa in for testing and review. This will be an overview of the bike, and you can check out the full review at electricbikereport.com. This is a full suspension plus size tire electric mountain bike, and you can see these things are 3 inches wide, 27.5-inch wheels, and full suspension. It's a very impressive electric bike. So anyways, we'll get right into the details here. So a little history on Fantic. Their background is in motorcycle design and manufacturing, and they've been involved in that since 1968. And they're taking that passion and knowledge and putting it into electric bikes. And this, the XF1 Casa, is just a really good example of their off-road motorcycle background, and it's a pretty impressive bike. So first of all, take a look at the aluminum frame here. Some hydroform tubing, creating a solid connection there at the head tube, and then coming down to the top tube, seat tube junction, got this bit of reinforcing here that creates this triangular section. Pretty cool piece of styling there. CNC linkage here, and the RockShox Deluxe RL shock there, and that creates 120 millimeters or 4.7 inches of rear suspension travel. There's also a through axle system, so it creates pretty solid side to side lateral stability, and that's a pretty important thing for these big 3-inch wide tires. You can also lock out the rear suspension, and that's actually currently the position here. So that's locked out, and then that's unlocked. So if you want to lock out that rear suspension if you're riding on pretty smooth terrain, that is an option there. So you can also see other design features like the bash guard that protects the Brose motor there. And then coming up here to the front suspension fork, this is the RockShox Reba. It's 120 millimeters or 4.7 inches of travel. It also has a lockout here too, so that's controlled by a remote on the handlebar, so you can lock that out if you're riding on a pretty smooth road. This has also been designed for these large 3-inch wide tires. You can see all the clearance there, and it also has a through axle on the front of the bike there too. And then just coming back to the rear tire here, you can see that there's definitely quite a bit of clearance between the rear tire and the frame. Same is true down at the chainstay area. So overall, a lot of nice design touches on the frame and the suspension fork. The Fantic uses the Brose mid-drive motor systems, and this is a 250 watt mid-drive motor, and it provides up to 90 newton meters of torque. And that's a really nice thing to have, that torque, especially on an electric mountain bike like this, because it really helps you to get going in tough technical trails or roads. And it really gives you quite a bit of punch. It also uses a standard chainring size. This is a 32 tooth chainring here on the front, and you can also see the bash guard there, and the other side of the motor. This is one of the quietest mid-drive motors that I've ridden, and it just has a really smooth feeling to it overall. So this is a 36 volt 11.6 amp hour lithium battery pack that sits right here on the down tube, and this is made by BMZ, and it's a 417 watt hour battery pack. And Fantic also offers the option of a larger pack, which is a 630 watt hour battery pack for even more range. And you can check out the full range test results in the review at electricbikereport.com. And then over here you've got a on-off button, battery level indicator, and then the connection from the motor controller system to the battery pack. And this is a magnetic connection here, so it ties in pretty well to the battery pack. So removing the battery pack is pretty simple. You just unlock it with the supplied key on the side there. Come to the other side and then remove the plug from the motor area. So you separate that and then pull the battery pack by sliding it forward and off the bike. And so you can see that's the whole pack. And then reinstalling it is pretty easy. Just slide it back into place, put the motor or the motor connection back in there, and then lock the other side. So here's a look at the battery and the charger, and the charger plugs into the side of the battery pack just like that. It has a magnetic connector just like the bike does, and the battery pack can be charged on or off the bike. The charger is about the size of a laptop charger, and then as the battery's charging, the lights on the side will show you the state of charge. Okay, so let's take a look at the drivetrain. This is a 32-tooth chainring on the front of the Brose motor here, and then a SRAM 11-speed GX drivetrain on the back. This is the GX rear derailleur. It has a clutch, so it keeps the chain from bouncing around too much. And then this is a 10-tooth to 42-tooth cog set. So nice range for climbing really steep hills, and also enough gearing to get you up to 20 miles per hour. And this is a pedelec only, or pedal assist only. There's no throttle. It goes up to 20 miles per hour, and so this is classified as a Class 1 electric mountain bike per California law. Okay, let's take a look at the handlebar area. On the left side, you've got these lock-on grips, the SRAM level hydraulic disc brake lever, then the control pad for the Brose system. In the center, you've got the display, and it shows you your current pedal assist level, speedometer, battery level indicator, and then information that you can cycle through here. So first of all, let's take a look at the pedal assist levels. By hitting the up or down arrows on the control pad, you can adjust from sport to tour to cruise, and so those are the 3 different levels of pedal assist. And then you can cycle through information here with this little dot like that, and it gives you like your trip average speed, your trip time, your cumulative or odometer, your total trip time, the actual time, and then trip distance. So a lot of nice features there. There's also a USB port underneath, so you can connect a smartphone or tablet to charge. You've got the front suspension fork lockout, the SRAM 11-speed GX shifter, and then the SRAM level hydraulic disc brake lever for the rear brake. So removing the display is really easy. You just push down on this little tab and the display pops off like that. Also underneath here you can see this is the USB charging port area. So if you want to charge your smartphone or tablet or other USB device, you can do that. And then reinstalling it is just like that. So here's a look at the San Marco saddle that comes on the XF1 Casa. It has a pretty narrow performance style to it, with the cutout for a little more comfort. And this is the KS dropper post. Now this isn't the stock post that comes on the XF1 Casa. The stock post will have a remote lever on the handlebars. So similar to the RockShox remote, you can hit the remote and then drop the seat a little bit. And these are really handy for moving the seat down and out of the way, so you have more maneuverability with the bike. And also helps for cornering too. Even just dropping a little bit really helps with cornering by just lowering your center of gravity a bit. So here's a look at the Vittoria Bomboloni 27.5 by 3-inch wide tires. You can see the tread pattern is spread well across the whole width of the tire there. And these are tubeless ready, and with the right tubeless setup with these Miche rims, and that would include the rim tape for the rims, the right valve stem, and the sealant. You can set these up for tubeless, which the advantage there is that you can get just the right tire pressure, and you don't have to worry about flats as much. And the tires have that bit of suspension effect, and with the plus size, you just get an amazing amount of traction. With the right pressure, these tires have a tendency to kind of mold around obstacles in the trail or road that you're on, and provide you with just a ton of traction. So Fantic is using the SRAM level hydraulic disc brakes on the front and back of the bike. This is the back here with a 180 millimeter rotor, and then on the front, this is a 200 millimeter rotor, And these brakes provide quite a bit of power and nice progressive modulation. Right, so that's the overview of the Fantic XF1 Casa, and you can check out the full review at electricbikereport.com, and that includes tons of detailed pictures and specifications, the ride characteristics, the range test results, pros, cons, and overall thoughts, all at electricbikereport.com.